Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good. Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good. Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good. Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good. Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good. Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good. Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good.
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and you're listening to JCA 2002 Live, the show that brings alumni together. And I am your host, William Theo. Today's episode is entitled Sumptuous Table. And wow, it's going to be really exciting because for those who love to eat or who appreciate food like me, gee, this is going to be a great one. But before we introduce our first guest, let me share the mechanics for tonight's giveaway, and two viewers will get a chance to win three prizes. So the first one will be Beyond Flowers by Sabrina, and the flower arrangement from Beyond Flowers by Sabrina is worth 4,000. Viewers from YouTube, first you comment using hashtag JCA2002, smash the like button and hit subscribe. And of course, viewers from Facebook, comment using hashtag JCA2002 and share the live stream and like the JCA 2002 page. So let's pause for, but of course, we're going to have three prizes, and sana nga pwede rin akong sumali. So it's Beyond Flowers and Warehouse of Desserts, and also 1 minute ribs. So we have a lot in store, and talagang masarap ang mga papanalunan natin. So before we take a quick break, let's check out our generous sponsors. Before that, keep your questions coming. We will choose two winners at the end of the show.
Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good.
Okay, so we are back, and since of course again tonight is going to be a really exciting day, let's take a captivating look first at the stuff that we have for you this evening. So we had those moments when we smelled something that reminded us of our childhood, or recreated a dish that we had abroad that immediately brought us back to that foreign place. As they say, if I may add, not all of us will be able to travel to every place and see it, but they say if you taste the food or the cuisine of that country, it's like, tasting a bit of that that country, even if you can't exactly visit it. So often the food we eat has been passed down to us by the generations that came before us. The food that our parents prepared for us when we were feeling sick, like comfort food, probably the same that you are likely to prepare for yourselves, and of course your kids if they're feeling unwell. For me, it was, I think, fried chicken or chicken noodle soup. So the emanation of recipes allowed food to acquire its own language and grew into a complex cultural product shaped by climate, geography, the pursuit of pleasure, and later the desire for health. So famous chefs and vloggers alike have made their livelihood out of getting to know cultures through their food. So let's take a look and explore how cooking transforms food shapes, and of course shapes our world. So for me, food is basically edible art. So welcome to tonight's episode entitled Sumptuous Table. So our first guest, yes, and I'm excited already. So without further ado, we will be introducing our first guest. Our first guest is the chef and owner of the Chinky Chef, a home-based made-to-order food service that offers dishes with a modern yet quirky twist. That's interesting. Quirky twist. With his diverse culinary experience and comprehensive knowledge specializing in restaurant, food service, and hospitality industry, he seeks to bring a strong supervisory food preparation and organization skill to the table. So let us welcome Chef Jeff Tan.
Hi everyone, good evening. Good evening, Sir William.
Yes, Chef Jeff, thank you. And it's nice to be here with you. I feel I'm going to learn a lot. And again, I'm excited to talk to you and learn more about your creation. So, can I ask the first question is, what made you want to become a chef? And what was your general culinary journey? Did you know
Actually, I don't have any idea that I will take this path. So, kasi marami akong gusto dati. Marami akong gusto. But, in my mind, ayoko magutom. Ayoko talaga magutom. Kaya, parang sabi ko sa sarili ko, why don't I try to become a chef? Since my mom knows how to cook, my grandma knows how to cook. So, parang for me, kaya nagulat yung mom ko sa akin kasi I don't even go to the kitchen.
Nung bata ka?
Nung bata ako, I really don't go to the kitchen. She never saw me hold a knife. As in, wala talaga. As in, wala. So, nagulat siya na gusto kong matuto. Because I don't want to get hungry. Sabi ko, for example, nawala na kayo, who will cook for me? Yung ganun ba? So, yun. Then, eventually, nagiging, there's an interest na. There's an interest. When I went to college, nagkaroon na ng spark. Parang relationship, nagka-spark na kami. Yes.
Between you and food. In the kitchen, rather. In the kitchen. Yes.
Yung first hold ko ng knife, yung mga accident na nasusugatan, ganyan. Parang ano siya parang nagkaroon ka ng deep involvement, parang nagkaroon ng love sa kitchen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so doon nag-start. So para bang you would say, kung baga in a relationship, let's say ihahambing natin yan sa isang relationship, it's more of a developed relationship rather than a love at first sight relationship. Tama?
Yes, tama.
Okay. So ano yung basic who has influenced your cooking, and para bang how did the name, very nice yung pangalan eh. It's really very catchy. The Chinky Chef. Para bang how did you come up with that title, at saka who influenced your philosophy in food?
The name na The Chinky Chef kasi since sabi nga nila kapag tumatawa ako, wala na akong mata. So, chinky, Chinese, chink yung eyes, ganyan. So, yun.
Chinito.
Chinky chef na siya.
Okay.
So, basically, sa influence naman sa food, sa cooking, actually, my mom.
Okay.
My mom. Pag tinuturuan niya ako, mga basics. Pero I really don't, parang hindi ako involved sobra. But lahat pumapasok sa mind ko, yung mga turo niya. Hanggang ngayon.
Okay.
Hanggang ngayon, I still go to her, consult her. Ganyan.
So even up to now, it's still really a never-ending learning process, no, Chef Jeff?
Yes.
Okay. Tapos ito naman yung we change, ito yung $1 million question ko, no, because para bang we've already been 2 years in this pandemic, maraming nawalan ng trabaho, many businesses have also closed, no. So para bang how has the food industry changed during this pandemic? Kasi talagang sa totoo lang, etong pandemic na ito, whatever industry you're in, di ba? Nobody was really prepared for this. It just sort of like came like a thief in the night. So how did it evolve? Parang ganon. To survive.
Yes. Ako rin kasi may mga chef friends din ako na who are in the restaurant industry. Parang napilayan sila kasi bread and butter nila yung restaurants. So we're unprepared for yung situation. Pero naging happy ako kasi marami rin naging yung naging baker, naging chef. Nag-boom yung mga homemade businesses. So parang nasa diskarte mo na lang. Nasa diskarte ng...
Tama. That's a very good point, Chef Jeff. It's really in the diskarte, di ba? Yung para bang it's a way for you to showcase your talent and also how to get it out.
Yes. Parang magugulat ka, kaya ko palang mag-bake, kaya ko palang to make something out of this kind of problem. Meron pala akong So parang there's always hope eh. May hope eh. Kahit sabihin mong hindi sila nagluluto ganyan, pero napilitan sila to show kung ano yung kaya nilang gawin.
Okay. Pero yung para bang ikaw personally, to inspire people who, syempre yung para bang lahat naman, no, life doesn't come without challenges. Para bang for you, ano yung masasabi mong challenges, or para bang did you come close to, let's say, failures, ganyan, na para bang when you were trying to keep afloat, for example?
Yes, maraming challenges yun eh. Kasi, for example, ako, during the pandemic, kasi syempre, no work kami. So, how can you sustain yung everyday, sa buhay? Naisip ko, gumawa ng longganisa. Hindi naman din ako masyadong marunong gumawa ng longganisa. So, ang dami kong trials and error noon. Kasi marami talaga. Maraming trial and error, maraming shell out din sa expenses kasi you have to mix and match pa ng ingredients, kung ano yung patok sa tao, kung ano yung gusto nila. So wala talaga easy road. There's no easy path. Talagang meron talagang failure, but dun is a failure, dun mo mahanap yung success mo.
Tama, yes. I agree. Yung para bang it's not about the falling down, but when you get up and to make sure na para bang hindi ka na mahuhulog in that same way, di ba? Kasi natuto ka na. Maaring pwede kang mahulog in another way, pero not the way that you fell the first time. Parang ganon.
Oo, tama. Tsaka, syempre,
Okay.
if
Tapos
you fail, you learn eh. You learn.
Yes, totoo. Okay, and now siguro no, para bang almost 21, 22 months into the pandemic, no, para bang napapansin naman rin natin ngayon na para bang at least as of now, as of mid-November, para bang we're slowly yung para bang moving on to the new normal. Many things are open. Travel is up again, yung para bang we can travel now. Ikaw personally, are there, let's talk about cities that you might want to visit after this, and para bang, and what excites you about their respective food scenes? Because ako, if you were to ask me, I'm always really interested and excited about the street food scene in Thailand, for example, because para bang there's a lot of colors, maraming masarap. Mahilig kasi ako sa matatamis, sa katakakanin, at saka sa maraming mga exotic stuff. So para bang for me, that excites me.
Ako, I want to go to mga Asian countries like mga sa India. Since I love spices, I love to cook with spices.
Yes.
I love to cook with spices. Tsaka it gives you health benefits sa spices.
Meron ba siya, chef?
Hmm?
Meron talaga siyang health benefits ang spices?
Yes, meron. Like yung mga cardamom pods, pwede siyang pang gamot sa mga ubo. Mga ganyan eh. May mga cinnamon bark. Yung cinnamon stick.
Okay.
Yes. Kaya maganda mag-visit sa mga ganong places.
Okay.
Kasi you have to learn.
You learn a lot and discover new things. And speaking of learning a lot and discovering a lot of new things, ito nga, of course, si Chef Jeff Tan has prepared a surprise for us. So people who frequently cook meals at home eat healthier and consume fewer calories than those who cook less, according to new Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health Research. Here is Chef Jeff to give us a simple and healthy recipe to cook at home. So panoorin natin ito ngayon. Wow, ang galing. That's a new twist, diba, to the usual mac and cheese, no? And I really love truffle.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Nako, that looks nakakatakam yun. So thank you, Chef Jeff, for that easy and delicious recipe. And before we continue, I'd like to greet some of our viewers. Marami na rin sila, no? So, Chanel Ko, Drenan Uy, Jan Michael Lim, Chrislyn Lauhu, Charlene Ong, Stephanie Ann, and Anton Lou. Happy viewing sa atin lahat. And again, hindi pa tayo natatapos dyan. So it's time to introduce our second guest. So, mamaya babalikan rin natin si Chef Jeff. So, ito ngayon our second guest is an alumnus of Enduran Colleges. After graduation, began his culinary training as an apprentice of Moulin de la Gorse La Roche Labelle in the Limousin region of France, a 3-star restaurant with 1 Michelin star under the watchful eyes of Chef Pierre Bertonet and Chef Eric Samson. The young chef sees himself as an aesthete and creator of artisan of eating and living well. It is no surprise that this young chef has opened a string of successful brands, and he is the chef and owner of the Warehouse of Desserts and Minute Ribs. Let us welcome Chef Wilkie. Hi, Chef. Yes, good evening, Chef Wilkie, and it's nice to be here with you, and I'm incredibly honored to have this opportunity to be able to talk to you today.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, and it's nice to see young people already very successful, both you and Chef Jeff. So again, Chef Wilkie, what made you decide to become a chef?
Actually, hindi naman siya nag-start. I mean, it didn't come naturally. I mean, hindi talaga ako marunong magluto when I went to my school. Hindi talaga, as in, no idea. Pero I would say, when I was young, I really love playing with leftovers sa mga restaurants. Yung mga, kunyari, ipi-plate ko o play with mga ketchup, salt and pepper. So, I think yung mga time na yun, parang naisip ko lang na baka pwede ako magluto. I really love kasi, I really love cooking. I really love yung parang mag-mix na mga sauces, mga ulam. So, I think at that time, nung bata pa ako, nung naisip ko yun. So, nung time na mag-college, naisip ko, why not? Try natin. Baka maging successful naman. So, yeah.
Okay, so basically, it was that desire to create, yung para bang yun ang nag-start ng lahat.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I really like the names of your para bang Warehouse of Desserts and Minute Ribs. So para bang, can you tell us something about both your brands? Ako I'm a sucker for desserts. Para bang I can live, sometimes naisip ko I can live without eating food, but talagang hindi talaga pwedeng walang desserts kasi para bang for me yun ang highlight ng dati.
Okay, kasi actually, nung ni-start namin yung Warehouse of Desserts, kasi ako talagang mahilig ako gumawa ng kahit ano lang. Kunyari, cookies, cheesecake. I mean, I would say hindi ako expert sa mga desserts talaga, pero mahilig ako mag-try. So, Warehouse of Desserts is actually parang yung pangalan niya, puro full ng desserts. Kung ano yung na-try namin, na-experiment namin, we want to share that. So,
okay.
So that's basically it. Sa Minute Ribs naman, nag-start siya kasi nagsara yung restaurant namin nung pandemic. So, at that time, naisip namin na ano kayang pwedeng business na pwede namin gawin and how are we gonna be able to serve our clients pa din. Kasi sayang kumukontak sila, tatanong sila kung may takeouts kami. Sabi namin, hindi namin sure kung paano namin sila isi-serve, pero ang nasa mind namin is how are we gonna be able to serve them. So, yun. Naisip namin, the only way siguro at that time is wala namang pwede naman take out box, pero naisip namin sana minute ribs, parang frozen siya. So, pwede namin i-serve sa kanila. So, easy lang siya to reheat. So, yun. Yun yung basically doon nakuha yung lahat ng idea na yun.
So basically, you can eat it anytime at your convenience. Because sa totoo lang, you already answered my next question, yung challenges that you faced and and para bang how did you adapt to the pandemic? So basically, it was that yung para bang and then again in this pandemic, di ba wala nang I noticed halos wala nang schedule wala nang breakfast, lunch, and dinner You eat when you're hungry or when you need to, di ba? Kasi karamihan sa bahay lang rin naman
Yes, correct.
Okay. And who has influenced your cooking style or your philosophy in food? And if I may add also, kung alimbawa, since bata ka pa, what else would you want to do on your culinary journey?
I would say na siguro yung mga mentors ko back when I was in school. That's number one. Pero I would say na it's a big challenge for me na kasi end run and yung internship medyo high class sila. So pag uwi ko dito, syempre nag-work ako sa restaurant dito. Hindi ganun ka yung mga equipment sila iba. And I think at that time kailangan ko talaga mag-adjust kasi I mean adjust ako sa pagluluto, adjust ako sa how I handle things. Hindi pwede yung kunyari sa internship namin kailangan talagang very strict sila dito. Sa kitchen may tumatawa-tawa pa pero pag doon wala natang tumatawa doon. But yun nag-adjust ako slowly tapos I would say na siguro yung experience na lang with business and handling employees as well. I mean, I think that shaped me kung ano ako siguro nga ngayon and how I cook, how I create dishes. So yun.
Okay. Pero do you think studying and living abroad, kasi syempre like you said, it's very different Unang-una, culture pa lang and ways of doing things is very different. So would you say it was an advantage to be able to para bang to see that other side, yung para bang and integrate it to our culture here?
Actually, it's good talaga na ma-experience yung ganun kasi you'll be able to adapt yung kung paano sila mag-work. I think that's very important
Yes.
So kung paano sila mag-work, how they respect yung I mean even yung mga sayang na kunyari tayo minsan tinatapon na lang natin. Sila gagawa nila ng paraan yan to make that parang serve that. So nakakatuwa rin na parang makita mo yung lahat kasi hindi mo rin naman parang pagdating ko dito hindi ko naman alam talaga kung anong mangyayari. So ang ganda rin na advantage din talaga siya.
Okay, good. So that means it was a very nice experience now. So can you share with us, are there any particular chefs, I mean both here and abroad, that influenced you, or kung hindi man influence, that you looked up to, parang ganon? Ako if I were to siguro Wolfgang Puck is a very sa akin yung para bang I mean it's a very talagang siya, malaking influence when I was also going to school in the States. Parang ganon. Talagang siya talaga yung ultimate chef at the time when I was young. Kung sayo?
If I'm gonna be honest talaga, as in talaga. As in I think wala talaga akong chef na talagang I look up to. Talaga kasi I mean siguro when I was young talaga, I mean I'm really into business, food business. So basically parang minsan naiisip ko bakit ang laki ng Pure Foods, bakit ang laki ng San Miguel. So actually I look up to that yung mga food industry businesses. Pero of course, mga chefs talaga like kunyari for example sa online ang dami ng mga celebrity chefs like kunyari sila Gordon Ramsay. Of course, I pina-follow ko sila. Marami pang iba. Like, kunyari, yung mga nagtuturo ng mga pastries and etc. Madami talaga. I mean, but I wouldn't say that I look up to them kasi talaga, siguro sa business lang talaga. Business side ng food talaga. So,
And your own creations, di ba? Para
yes.
bang, syempre, kung baga ini-integrate mo na lang yung mga iba-ibang whatever looks interesting or tastes good, di ba?
That's correct.
Okay. So, eto naman, yung para bang, what about yung challenges mo during this pandemic? Were there any para bang real significant ones that you would like to share?
I would say, I'm gonna go back dun sa yung sa restaurant namin. Kasi nag-close yung restaurant namin nung, as in ECQ talaga siya. So,
okay.
So
Totally closed.
Totally closed talaga.
Okay.
Even yung parang canteen na kinikater namin, talagang stop talaga lahat ng operations. So at that time, iniisip namin talaga, how can we be creative enough to serve and do a business? Kasi ang hirap kasi at that time parang sa bahay ka lang, you're thinking of something pero wala kang maisip eh. That's where yung mini trips na lumabas and yung warehouse of desserts. However, syempre, I would say na talagang kahit na isip ka lang ng isip, okay lang, pero kailangan may gawin ka din. Like kunyari, for example, yung mini trips, at first, parang crazy idea lang namin na parang, try kaya natin frozen food tapos ilagay na lang, bili na lang sila, they can buy it, then they can reheat it in minutes. So yun, dun namin na-create yung idea na yun. Pero I would say, mahirap siya. Maraming challenges along the way. Maraming recipes. Maraming ingredients na sayang. Maraming parang callbacks na. Parang wag na lang kasi nakakahiya kasi. Parang baka hindi nila ma-accept yung product na ibebenta natin. So, yun. Those were the challenges na kailangan namin na i-face nung time na yun. Pero I would say na if you have the passion and parang gusto mo talaga gawin, huwag ka lang mahihiya. Gawin mo na lang kasi wala rin naman mangyayari, pandemic. So let's just do our best to survive, di ba?
Right. Very good answer. So, eto, same as si Chef Jeff, Chef Wilkie, is like ito ngayon, if you were able to travel right now, let's say, take a flight tomorrow, what cities would you go to and what food scenes would you want to experience after 2 years, at least 2 years of not being able to travel?
Actually, it's very interesting kasi nag-research ako. So, meron sa Sagada, they call it etag. I wanna try that. I haven't tried that parang pork. Then, I know merong parang that's how they preserve the pork kasi wala kasi silang ref Parang kunyari, smoked pork. Pero kasi yun parang may worms pa nga tayo pero I wanna try that. Tapos siguro local lang muna, siguro Ilocos North, Ilocos, yung food nila dun. I mean, of course, Pampanga. Kasi actually madami kasing techniques sa atin na dapat na matuto natin, like kunyari how to make burong isda. I mean, I don't know how to do that. Tapos yung mga local desserts na hindi ko pa rin natatry. Pero internationally, I wanna go around Asia pa din. I mean, Japan, Korea, street foods nila, the best, di ba?
Yes, totoo. I'm also an Asian food fan. So before we go on, eto naman, surprise also from Chef Wilkie. We're going to show para bang play a video of you preparing yung personal interview and food recipes that you can easily make for your family. Kaya panoorin natin to.
Hi guys, today we're gonna make chicken sisig tacos. Pizza, sisig, with barbecue sauce. Pero, ang gagamitin natin chicken is yung mga leftovers natin sa bahay sa fridge. Kasi sayang naman pag hindi nagkamit yung tinola. adobo, we can use that. Yes.
Green sile, chopped onions, and we have yung sa chicken tinola. Then yung oil. Na natin yung chicken. Medyo ipa-fry lang natin siya na medyo matagal lang. Then after that, lagay natin yung onions and then sile. At this point, diba medyo nakita yung brown na yung chicken natin. Lagyan na natin yun ng onions. Sama na yung sili dyan. Don't forget to season this. Lagyan natin ng salt and pepper.
Barbecue sauce.
Yeah. It's okay. Too much. Patigao. Cheese Pacific. Make sure it's hot. It's preheated at 300 degrees Celsius. So now we're gonna cook it for 4 minutes. Cilantro and garlic sauce. So we need cilantro, chopped cilantro with oil, and we need garlic. Hand blender natin to. Okay. Oil. Enough. Salt. Ganyang ka-toasted ang kailangan natin. Alright? This our sisig. Lagyan natin. Tapos, is this one. Pati lang salsa. So this is cilantro garlic. Yeah, that's fine. Konting cilantro. You know. Now we have chicken sisig tacos.
Wow, amazing. That looks good. At saka galing yan na ano tayo. I'm a big fan of fusion. At saka ang galing yan. That's killing two birds with one stone, no, Chef Wilkie?
Yes.
Yung para ba, whether you want tacos or pizza, it's basically the same basic ingredients but with a little twist sa barbecue sauce at saka sa ano, then you can prepare two totally different dishes.
Yes.
And spending just the same time as you did one. Galing,
Yeah.
galing. So that's that's amazing. And para bang gusto ko yan matry. Siguro pagka ano na pwede na ang mga face to face magpapaluto na lang ako sa inyo.
Oo ba? Siyempre.
Okay. So ngayon we're going to have both our chefs together and we have a panel discussion. And this is actually very exciting because para bang eto, we saw how they both prepare easy, healthy meals and also it's masarap at saka importante yung healthy because yung parang I think before the pandemic, one of the biggest problems that we had is people were just going to fast foods because they just don't have time to eat or they don't want to bili na lang ng which is not healthy. So ito in this pandemic, at least natuto tayo how to take better care of our health. So ito. So we're going to do our panel discussion, and we're going to give both chefs the opportunity to answer the same question. So, uunahin natin our first chef. So, ikaw muna, Chef Jeff, ha? I think that food is basically basically kung ano-ano natin is what should we study pagka sinasabi natin why should we study the history of food rather? Dapat ba natin pag-aralan yan? So, una si Chef Jeff.
Siguro for food, importante malaman mo yung roots. Saan ang galing, especially pag chef ka.
Okay.
You know, kung ano yung mga culture. Like yung mga Filipino chefs natin dito. They parang pinopromote nila yung Filipino food since hindi siya sobrang kilala, lalo na yung mga Mindanao food. Parang they research, they study yung saan ang galing, anong ingredients ginagamit. It's important kasi it's a relationship. It's a relationship.
Yes.
Chef, food, it's a relationship. So, importante talaga.
Okay. Ikaw naman, Chef Wilkie.
I think important yung history talaga malaman natin kasi I think dun manggagaling yung mga ingredients na dapat natin gamitin. So, knowing the history, parang mas kaya natin gumawa ng bagong dishes with that. And mai-incorporate natin siya, hindi yung parang halo-halo na lang lagay natin sa isang dish. It's better na I think alam natin kung ano yung history ng mga pagkain, ng kung anong cuisine yan, para makagawa tayo ng bago na masabi natin, ito yung take namin sa dish na to. So, yun.
Okay. Yun. Okay. Ito naman. Very well answered. Ito naman. For the both of you, now for Chef Jeff first to answer this question, how has food culture changed over time? Because I know it really has. So para bang muna si Chef Jeff. What's your take on that?
Sa akin, yung food culture natin, over time, nagiging fast-paced siya. Like, marami ng pre-packed food. Yung reheat na lang, 7-Eleven, ang dami. Mga canned goods, tuna, corned beef. Over time, parang, kasi ang tao, it tends to get busy. So, wala na silang time to prepare. Kasi, actually, ang cooking is tiring sa preparation.
Yes.
I mean, tumatagal talaga sa preparation. So, ngayon, may mga big companies, they introduce yung mga preheatable na lang, mga Pero, syempre, if you know how to cook, you will know that it's not healthy. Yung mga ganyang classic food. So, kami as chefs, we want to parang i-introduce sa mga tao na you can eat good food, fast food na very healthy. So, parang pwede yun It's possible na makakain ka ng food na healthy, na fast, pero it doesn't compromise your health.
Okay. So, in other words, it can be fast food, but it can still be natural and prepared well. Yung natin kasi yung stereotypical fast food natin is full of extenders, full of preservatives. I mean, it need not be like that. Tama, Chef?
Tama. Yes.
Okay. So, Chef Wilkie naman, for you.
I think yung culture natin dati siguro yung mga panahon pa nila dati, I mean, for sure dati healthy na yung mga kinakain nila, yung diet nila healthy. And napunta tayo sa phase where syempre yun nga, tama nga sabi nga ni Chef Jeff na yun nga, fast-paced na yung buhay natin. Tapos lahat parang puro fast food na lang, McDo, Jollibee, o whatever, lahat okay na yan. Basta mabusog na lang, okay na, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero I would say na ngayon, I think yung from fast food, I think now we're leaning towards baka healthy naman na pagkain. Kasi lahat ng tao ngayon medyo ano na medyo concerned na sa health nila, nagji-gym na. So I think baka matapos na rin tayo dun sa phase where yung mga fast food na medyo unhealthy siya, and kasi possible naman talaga na maging fast food pero healthy. Possible naman yun.
Okay. Nice. So fast food need not be unhealthy. So eto ngayon. Next question. How can chefs be key change makers in a sustainable transformation of our food system? Chef Jeff?
Key change maker. Kasi ang chef, may mga ano yan followers. May mga cult followers yan. So when they start promoting a good parang good food, di ba nauuso yung mga farm to table?
Yes.
Yes, mga farm to table. So malaking influence yun sa mga tao when they promote it. For example, yung isang chef, meron siyang maliit na farm. So parang pinopromote niya na imbis na lagyan ng mga pesticide, insecticide yung mga vegetables and fruits, parang kaya niyang i-show na these are very fresh. Tas kayang-kayang gumawa ng healthy meals in just a minute. Importante kasi yung following ng ng isang chef Tsaka yung nila, yung anong tawag dito, yung desire to promote healthy living.
Okay. Ito muna, before I continue with Chef Wilkie, kasi meron tayong mga questions na from our viewers kay Chef Jeff from Neneng Alfaro Onyas. You mentioned about spices. Any recommendations for spices with health benefits that we can incorporate in our daily meal preparations?
So far, yung spices, cinnamon. Kahit hindi po yung bark, cinnamon powder is okay. Lagyan lang ng lemon slices. Parang gawing tea.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Pwede na yan. Okay. Ikaw naman, Chef Wilkie, ano yung sagot mo doon sa tanong na yan?
I think as a chef, I mean, mababago natin, to offer parang I would say na flavorful dishes sa mga sa mga tao na yung masarap naman na pero healthy. Kunyari, for example lang, instead of, for example, carbonara, you can make pumpkin pasta. Kunyari, for example lang. Kasi syempre, yung carbonara, gawa sa mga heavy cream yan. So, we need to watch our diet pa din.
Yes.
So, I think magiging yung mga chef magiging change makers yan kasi the way they offer yung mga dishes na kunyari i-offer nila, parang tawag dito, hikayatin nila yung mga tao na kumain ng mas healthy na pagkain.
Okay. So kung kasi para bang we see a lot of obesity in the younger generation ngayon, no? So eto, Chef Wilkie, meron ka naman question dito before we go into the last final questions from Rica Theo naman. Do you have any suggestions for easy to prepare healthy meals? Yung easy to prepare na hindi masyadong mahirap or time consuming.
Okay. I would say siguro yung squash na pasta. Siguro, so okay, bigay ko yung parang kunyari yung pumpkin soup. For example, pumpkin soup, iboboil mo lang siya sa pot. So yung pumpkin soup na yun, basically, pag medyo less water lang, yun yung gagawin mong base for your sauce sa pasta mo.
Mhm.
So with that, kunyari, magluto ka ng noodles mo, mag-add ka ng mushroom, zucchini, carrots, whatever, kung ano pang gulay na pwede mo ilagay doon. Easy lang siya naman na gawin. Kasi, I mean, iboboil mo lang naman yung parang soup base na squash, then that's your sauce na. And
Okay.
even yun.
And it's healthy, of course.
Yes.
Squash, pumpkin, kalabasa, this is talagang vitamin A and para bang a whole lot of other good things. Okay, but since our show is busog na busog, no, talagang marami marami pa tayong actually dapat pag-usapan, pero since we're kind of like condensing, no, I'm going to para bang group our last two questions together. Total naman they're kind of related. So babalik ta rin ko naman yung question na ito, sagutin muna ni Chef Wilkie and then ni Chef Jeff. So I'm going to combine them together. What is the future of food and what is your advice to aspiring chefs? Like katulad ng sinabi mo, Chef Wilkie, kanina, no, na para bang many people and also Chef Jeff, na in this pandemic, marami na rin natuto, marami na rin nag-develop ng mga talents nila, and para bang in the new normal, it's either they're going to still continue para bang selling from home or they're going to open their own restaurant. So what is your advice to them and what do you think is gonna be the future of this para bang in the new normal, so to speak? So Chef Wilkie, ikaw muna.
I would say na yung future ng pagkain will lean towards siguro mas healthier option lang. And siguro sa itong pandemic, siguro I would say maraming takeouts, maraming yung kunyari for example, frozen products na masarap kainin na pwede nilang bilhin sa groceries tapos sila nila mag-reheat sa bahay. I think yun yung isa pang option like na pwedeng mangyari ngayon sa atin. And for advice sa mga aspiring chef, I think I would say na kunyari ikaw, kasi I mean parang may nagsabi nito sa akin na parang I think na contact, sabi niya sa akin, ikaw parang kunyari Filipino ka, hindi yung parang luto is kung lang. So I would say na yung mga chefs kailangan sana they go back kung sino sila, they should share their culture, they should share their knowledge sa cooking, and ipakita nila na ito yung dish na nagawa ko, and parang sabihin lang nila na parang ito bago kong creation and I think you would like it, ganon. Pero wag lang sana natin kalimutan na parang na we're still Filipinos, and kunyari kung may halo tayong Chinese, that's good na we create something out of that, and we should be proud of it. Hindi yung ikahihiya natin na shit, ganito. I'm sorry sa language. Yun, kasi baka minsan mahihiya tayo na i-share yung creation natin. So yun.
Yes, we should be proud of our creations because it's our creations and para bang it's just like our signature, di ba, Chef Wilkie? Kumbaga,
Yes.
it's something that we did and we contributed to our para bang our profession. Okay, and Chef Chef Jeff naman para sa iyo. Yun dalawa na yun na what is the future of food in your opinion, and what is your advice to aspiring would-be chefs?
Okay, sa akin, future of food. Yun, sabi nga ni Chef Wilkie, we're leaning towards the healthier options na. As we can see, no, may mga restaurants na nag-o-offer na ng mga plant-based menu, may mga vegan. So parang natututo na yung kumain yung mga tao ng healthy food. Kasi yun nga, bata pa lang marami ng chronic disease. So they're really watching out yung diet nila. So parang yun na, we are leaning towards that that phase. So hopefully sana magtuloy-tuloy kasi marami talaga bata pa lang dami ng sakit talaga. Hindi ako naniniwala dun sa bata pa yan. Bata pa hindi yan magkasakit. Parang hindi na uso yun ngayon. Once kahit bata minsan, 'di ba? Hinahayaan lang natin kumain ng bad stuff.
Pero tama yan Chef Jeff. I think we really should para bang emphasize that to the parents of the kids that para bang you can never be too young to have a good culture of eating and nutrition. Kasi unang-una pagka sinabi mo bata pa yan, ganyan para bang masasanay din eh. And then when do you know when to evolve into the next step kung nakasanayan mo na?
Kasi pag nakasanayan na, mahirap na matanggal. Hindi na sila yung parang mabilis mapagsabihan. Kaya habang bata pa lang, we should train to eat yung mga healthy side, healthy food. Ayan, imbis na kumain ng mga chips, kumain na lang ng vegetables, fruits, more on that. Tapos ang advice ko naman sa mga aspiring chefs, kailangan full-hearted ka maging chef. Hindi pwede 95, 99.9%, dapat 100%. Kasi you have to be dedicated. Kailangan dedicated ka. Ako dati I work from 18 hours a day, 21 hours a day. Kailangan talaga kaya mo yun. You have to endure the heat, the pain, yung kakain ka ng wala sa oras. If you really love what you do, talagang, alam mo yun, lalabas yan. So, tsaka keep pushing, keep innovating. Yan. Walang masama mag-fail. Lahat naman tayo nag-fail. But, yun, you have to learn. Tapos, keep improving. Yun.
Wow, very well said. Na-touch ako dyan kasi para bang yung last few sentences mo, Chef Jeff, it doesn't only apply para bang also to not just to chefs, but actually it applies to everybody. You give your 100%, whatever it is, whatever your passion is, yung para bang give it 100%, give it to God, and para bang you really have to want it bad enough. Hindi talaga pwede yung 99.9%. Talagang kailangan buong loob, di ba?
Tama.
Okay, so thank you very much to both Chef Jeff Tan and for yung Chinky Chef. Thank you for those insights. Marami akong natutunan. Also to Chef Wilkie Junice, of course, of Minute Ribs and Warehouse of Dessert. Speaking of which, yung para bang our viewers get the chance to win something from you, from Warehouse of Desserts and Minute Ribs, as well as Flowers by Sabrina. So thank you very much to the two of you, and thank you for having me host this. Talaga ako, I really on itong mga ko na fourth episode ko, hangang-hanga talaga ako sa alumni ng JCA. Para bang everybody is really on the right track, and yung para bang living by example. So thank you very much to the both of you, and best of luck. So what we consume, how we acquire it, who prepares it, who's at the table, and who eats it first is a form of communication that is beyond merely nourishing the body. What we eat and whom we eat it with can inspire and strengthen the bonds between individuals, communities, and even countries. The best bonding is really those who eat together. So it is vital that we all understand the linkages between the food we eat, the ways that culture shapes our food choices and behaviors, the relationships between food and our health, and the interconnections between our food systems and the environment. Lahat yan, it all exists in a very delicate balance. So thank you for joining us. If you like this show and might want to check out all episodes that you've missed by visiting, liking, and following our Facebook account, or by subscribing and smashing the notification button. If you found value in the show, we'd appreciate it if you simply tell a friend about the show. that would help us out too. See you next month for another exciting episode of JCA 2002 Live. Remember, we're always live. And this has been your host, William Theo. And once again, it is always an honor to be here with you guys. Signing off now. Have a great rest of the weekend. And see you again next month.
Malapit mo na ang makapeling ang bagong Emperador Coffee Brandy. Handa ka na ba para sa ibang klaseng coffee break ngayong September? Hashtag Emperador Coffee Brandy and hashtag sarap maka-feel good.